Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be reaching Uganda in the second leg of his three-nation African tour tomorrow. Address to the Ugandan Parliament will be the highlight of his visit to Uganda. This will be the first time an Indian Prime Minister will do so. Besides that, PM Modi will also address members of the Indian community there.
Chanting mantras while doing yoga, these people are adopting India's centuries-old tradition of yoga and meditation in Uganda. The occasion has become all the more important at a time when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be reaching Uganda in the second phase of his three-nation tour to Rwanda, Uganda and South Africa on July 24th. This will also be the first visit to Uganda in over 20 years by an Indian Prime Minister. Prime Minister's program in Uganda includes a meeting with Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni and also delegation-level talks. Both countries are expected to sign various agreements which will boost bilateral ties between the two countries. Besides, PM Modi will also address the Ugandan Parliament.
I'm standing at the Ugandan Parliament where the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, will make his address on Wednesday. This will be the first time an Indian Prime Minister will address Ugandan Parliament. He will be also accompanied by the President of Uganda, His Excellency Mr. Museveni.
We are eagerly waiting and anxiously waiting to receive the Prime Minister of India, and we think his visit and address to us and the President of Uganda will strengthen our ties, our relationship with India.
Prime Minister Modi will also address the Indian community there. People living there are excited over Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Uganda.
हाय, मेरा नाम दिलीप भंडारी है। मैं यहाँ पे स्पेडाग इंटरफेट स्विस कंपनी में सीईओ हूँ ईस्ट अफ्रीका के लिए। पिछले 20 साल से मैं युगांडा में रह रहा हूँ और बहुत ही उत्साह का माहौल है हमारे लिए। बहुत ही एक्साइटमेंट हो रही है हम लोगों को कि प्रधानमंत्री खुद पहली बार युगांडा आ रहे हैं।
The prestige is that the first time any head of state from outside country is honored on this independence ground. This is going to happen for the first time ever in the history of this country.
In the last few years, the relation with African nations has been strengthened in various sectors. Africa has been the prime focus area for India's foreign policy. PM Modi's three-nation tour to Rwanda, Uganda and South Africa is expected to further strengthen ties with these countries. Yogesh Sheetal's report, DD News, Uganda.
And now correspondent Yogesh Sheetal is joining us from Kampala in Uganda. Remember, Uganda is going to be the second stop of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his three-nation African tour. Yogesh, what are the big deliverables that we are looking at insofar as the Prime Minister's Uganda visit is concerned? This is going to be the second, in fact, the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister since 1997 in the last 21 years.
Yes, right, Munmur, you are right. Since 1997, this is the first bilateral visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Uganda, and there are multiple things that I can, say at this point in time, like the address of Indian community where I'm standing right now. This is, you can see, Independence Ground, which is located in the Kampala, which is the capital of Uganda. There are adequate arrangements. Arrangements have been made right now, and the work is still going on. The large number of Indian communities have gathered and they are contributing. They are voluntarily, they have come up and turn up, and they are just trying their best to welcome their Prime Minister. Apart from that, also the Ugandan Parliament, the first Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi would be the first Indian Prime Minister who will address the Parliament of Uganda. That is also going to be one of the major things in terms of Indian Uganda relationship, and in broad terms African continent relationship with India. Apart from that, there are multiple things like business, as you have rightly pointed out, business and trade. This will be the center of attention, the basic issue, the basic thing that entire, if we just talk broadly about the entire visit. For example, two line of credits are expected to be extended. The first is $141 million on electricity and power sector and substations, and the another is $64 million for agriculture and food processing things. So these are two line of credits, and apart from that, talking particularly about business, then a large business delegation are also accompanied with the Prime Minister. So it is also expected that number of MOUs are expected to be signed between India and Uganda. Now, what remains to be seen is the reaction of some people who belong to Indian community. Most of them are business. Most of them belong to business fraternity. First, I'll come to you. How do you see the visit, and what's your expectations in terms of business?
Well, I am from the ICT sector, and definitely I am expecting some kind of talk about the ICT in this country, because we have lot of scope in this country and we have lot of opportunity, especially in the software field, software development, and the skilled manpower for the ITC sector. So if there's some kind of talk which can happen between India and Uganda, where Indian government can help us, where we can improve and give the training to our local engineers who can do the software development. So this can be the very good for the Ugandan market.
So you have been in Uganda for a long time. How do you see in terms of business, in terms of trade, different fields are there, like pharmaceutical, like agriculture, like IT, even in real estate, service sector, insurance, banking, multiple things are there. How do you see comprehensively, how do you observe the thing?
So there's a lot of opportunity, and we are most welcome for the Prime Minister of India to Uganda. It's a really great pleasure and honor, and everybody is waiting for this moment. And it's a great event and a festival for us to celebrate with the Modi. And these opportunities are plenty. Africa is the best place now for development, and especially Uganda is a great opportunity. I'm living here for the last 28 years, and we have seen a transformation of the industry is taking place, but still there is an opportunity coming to pharmaceutical. I'm the chairman of the Uganda Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association. So there's an opportunity for that right now. Whatever the importation is happening, 10% only is in local manufacturing, 90% is importing. Out of that, 70% of the medicines are coming from India. It's a great honor, and everybody recognizes that India is the best place for the pharmaceuticals. And if the investors, our Prime Minister can bring and put it investment here, there's a lot of opportunity for our Indian business people to have a collaborations and develop the business of pharmaceutical.
Okay, one thing also, like Make in India, as we know in India, Make in India was launched a flagship program of Government of India. So here, Buy India, Build Uganda, Build Uganda. That is on the same line. So do you think the manufacturing sector will get a boost from that? And also, since manufacturing sector, it includes real estate and multiple things, multiple sectors are there. So that will be a market for Indian businessmen and Indian business fraternity for that, an opportunity for the Indian entrepreneur also.
Boo policy, they call it. The president has launched a Boo policy, Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy. This is very encouraging for the businesses to people to, so that they can come and invest here and develop the business, so that they want to give protection for the manufacturers basically. So that's why Indian people can come and enjoy this facility. Yeah.
Now coming to agriculture, the credit lines are also in agriculture. You just wanted to know how how you think that agriculture will be boosted by the PM.
Of course, Uganda's economy currently, the bulk of it relies on agriculture. We are an agricultural country. We've got good weather, we've got good climate, good water and water supply for irrigation. The land to water really high. And then, of course, you've got a market, a regional market. You've got South Sudan, you've got Congo, you've got Rwanda, you've got Tanzania, you've got Kenya. So Uganda is like the food basket of the region. There is an opportunity.
Credit line, do you think that credit line will?
Yes, of course. The government is currently targeting agro-processing. And we believe that India has been successful in using adequate technology. So we believe that if the technology is transferred to Uganda, we can process our agriculture rather than exporting raw maize, raw beans, and we would add value to our coffee, to the cotton, rather than exporting it in raw form.
Okay, so these are the say of Indian businessmen here, Indian communities here. Indeed, they are welcoming Modi from their ways, whatever they ways. There's kind of a small celebration we are observing in different areas of Kampala and also other areas of Uganda. The banners, posters, pamphlets, everything is there. A festivity you can feel here in Uganda and different areas. And since Uganda is one of the only African country, as the few countries in the world where
there ahead of PM's arrival, and you've spoken to some members of the Indian diaspora as well, who've spoken at length about the business ties and the potential that is there in the economic partnership between India and Uganda. You must have spoken to some more Indians there. After all, there are 30,000 Indians or persons of Indian origin now called OCIs that live in Uganda. Are they all excited ahead of PM's community reception and his address there?
Yes, I wanted from you all how excited you are from the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Extremely excited.
Very excited.
Modi, 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 Modi,
So Munmun, these are the excitements, these are the festivities, as I already mentioned you, that people are very excited, they are very enthusiastic to know what Prime Minister is going to address, because they don't have opportunity, when most of them may have, but they don't have general opportunity to visit India and get connected with Narendra Modi. So this time definitely they are very excited, because their favorite leader will be here and they will be addressing to them. So definitely it's a matter of joy, great enthusiasm, and the festivity that we are feeling around. Yes, Munmun.
Absolutely. So enthusiasm is palpable really in the air in Kampala in Uganda. Uganda is going to be the second leg of Prime Minister's three-nation Africa tour. Thank you so much, Yogesh, for having joined us with all the updates. We'll take a break at this point in time.